Welcome, everyone. A little extra excitement for you tonight. It's the first game of the NBA Cup, along with the all-star team of Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce. I'm Brian Anderson. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Bradley Beal.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
So let's take a look at the Phoenix Suns starting lineup. Beal and Booker handling backcourt duties. Royce O'Neal is out there with Kawhi Leonard, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. And for the Jazz, George and Sexton in the backcourt. Then it's Walker Kessler. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. And it's Hendricks in at the power forward position. And with this being the first game of their NBA Cup campaign, the goal is to make it out of the group stage.
Yeah, B.A. We get 4 teams in each conference that make it. It's the 3 group winners plus a wild card. One thing to keep in mind, point differential could be key in advancing.
Now here's Booker. Kessler with a rebound. Pass to Hendricks. George outside. Takes a 3. Rebounded by Nurkic. And so it's Leonard who brings up the ball for the Suns. Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Will Hardy.
To no one's surprise, their focus defensively is on containing Kawhi Leonard. Coach said Kawhi is a terrific decision maker and always manages to play the game at his pace. So we need to get into him, apply some pressure, and try to make him uncomfortable. History shows that will not be an easy task, B.A.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Beal. Leonard inside. O'Neal on the wing. 3-pointer. It's good. And the assist that time from Leonard.
And it's not always Leonard's forte, but he's really developed a solid passing game.
Now Sexton. In his last outing, he had 11 points. Pass to George. That doesn't go either for George. The Suns have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Obviously, everyone knows about the defense of Kawhi Leonard. But Grant, his shooting is overlooked.
Yeah, you know, he's at about 40% from 3 for his career. You combine that with his wing defense, you get a one-of-one player capable of carrying a team.
Here's George. After the basket by Phoenix on the other end. 3-pointer. And the 3-pointer goes.
And there's a nice rhythm to his 3-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Leonard passes to Nurkic. And it's blocked by Kessler. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Pass to Beal. O'Neal on the wing. Off target from 3-point range.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Count it. Good. George has got 5 points.
Wow. Keyonte George flashing those handles. Nasty stuff.
Outside O'Neal. Back to Beal. Leonard outside. Pass to Beal. The 3-ball. And there's Leonard on the assist by Beal. He's got 5.
Pretty incredible just how great a shooter Kawhi has become. Really one of the best in the league.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Attention everybody, here comes your Utah Jazz Night Squad. Let's hear some noise for them. Get loud, fans. On the court is your Night Squad. Who wants the t-shirt? Come on, fans, I can't hear you.
Beasley's checked in. And a change for the Suns. Eubanks, he's checked in for O'Neal. Now here's George. He's got 5. Kessler, a screen on Beal. 5 to shoot. George with it, and it's Leonard picking him up. Beasley for 3. Rebounded by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now. And Devin Booker is already one of the greatest players in Suns history.
Well, you could argue that Steve Nash still ranks ahead of him. He did win 2 MVPs with the Suns. But when it's all said and done, I think Booker will be regarded as the best.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
Eubanks, the pass to Beal. Rebound, Utah.
You gotta finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
And Kawhi Leonard gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
He didn't have his feet planted.
And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
And Utah has possession. They trail by 3. Beasley, the pass to Markkanen. Clock at 6. On target from range.
Yeah, from range, Markkanen has such an effortless stroke.
Pass to Beal. Shoots over George. Beal, no good.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Beasley, the pass to Sexton. To the paint. Here's Kessler. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Phoenix has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Here's Booker. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
A silky mid-range jumper by Booker, attacking without any hesitation.
George passes to Beasley. Back to George. Markkanen from long range. It's not going to go for him.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
And stolen by Markkanen. Sexton with it. Now guarded by Booker. Sexton, that's good.
It's never easy trying to stop Sexton. I love watching him bounce off the defense and finish in style.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, Lauri Markkanen's shooting stroke at 7 feet tall had former Mavericks coach Rick Carlisle comparing him to Dirk. Lauri said it feels good to hear that because he's obviously a Hall of Famer, but there's still a long way to go, and it gives me more motivation to keep getting better. He's not getting a big head, Brian.
No, it's not, and that's the way you have to approach it to be great. Thanks, Allie.
Let's see it. Look at those moves. Next drive is all good.
Different look here for Utah. Beasley, he's checked in for Kessler. Hendricks comes in for Lauri Markkanen. And Clarkson subbed in for George. Okogie's checked in for the Suns. Allen comes in for Devin Booker. Allen outside. We've got 1:23 left in the first quarter. Leonard, good.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Here's Sexton. The rebound by Allen.
They've been just a little bit better on the glass so far, showing their tremendous work ethic.
And the dunk by Leonard.
They're taking the opportunity to get airborne. Kawhi doesn't hold back when he sees an opening.
Now here's Sexton. Pass to Beasley. Down low. Here's Beasley. The rebound by Eubanks. And you'd like to go 2 for 1 here, Grant.
And at the same time, you want to get a good shot here, B.A.
30 seconds left to play in the first. Back to Beal. 6 to shoot. Over Sexton. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
And here's Clarkson. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Shoots over Allen. And it's Clarkson missing. And so it's Kawhi Leonard making highlights for the Suns. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. More 2K action in just a moment. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And for Phoenix, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
And as we start up the NBA Cup, let's explain to our viewers how the groups are formed.
Sure thing, B.A. First, you only play teams from your conference. The groups are drawn based off of last year's standings, so they try to keep it even in terms of quality of team.
Jordan Clarkson is out there with Chris Dunn. But then it's Malik Beasley, and it's Hendricks in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz.
And they're doing strong work on the glass, a +5 advantage for them.
And Allen gets it to go.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Pass to Abaji. Clarkson with the ball. Shoots over Allen. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Clarkson's gotten his first basket of the night.
Yeah, the mid-range is the sweet spot for Clarkson. He does a lot of damage from there.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. There's a screen. Beal from outside. Utah with the rebound. Tough loss coming against San Antonio in their last game.
Yeah, they found some decent looks, but the shots just weren't falling. Sometimes it goes like that.
Seems like they did all they could, and sometimes it still doesn't go your way.
Now here's Dunn. No points so far. Off target with the 3. Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship there.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they have the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Pass to Clarkson. Allen against Beasley. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Eubanks.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Beal. The 3. Abaji with a rebound.
Yeah, and they hold the lead in spite of his cold shooting night. He has not been able to get it going.
And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. On the wing, Clarkson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
I'll tell you what, they've been aggressive and they've been physical.
Here's Beal. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
Dunn, the pass to Clarkson. Lets the three fly. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. They put up a nice win against Sacramento last time out.
Great offensive game plan in that one. They put their guys in positions to succeed, and it really paid off.
And that was the kind of win a coach takes pride in. You lay out the strategy, and the players execute perfectly.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight.
In their previous game, he simply couldn't miss from the line.
That free throw misses. Well, Grant, the Suns were swept in the first round last year. Are super teams a thing of the past, you think?
You know, perhaps, B.A. The Suns had KD, Booker, and Bradley Beal, but the constraints of the salary cap mean you end up a little top-heavy. The rest of the roster was tough for them to fill out.
Kessler, he's checked in for Utah. Markkanen comes in for Abaji. Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. We are now into November, so let's check in on the standings in the Western Conference. You take a look at the Suns, still early, but they have the third best record in the conference. And of course the Jazz, well, record-wise, not even in the same conversation. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Dunn, the pass to Markkanen. Shot is up. The rebound by Allen.
Their strong work ethic has been evident on the glass, really getting after it and being physical.
Out to Leonard. Over Markkanen. Leonard, good. Leonard's got 13.
And just continuing to pile it on. Leonard is such a ruthless player.
Clarkson finds Markkanen. There's a screen. 4-3. This is another. Just 1 of 4 from the floor. And so it's Beal who brings up the ball for the Phoenix Suns. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9. Beasley against Beal. Beasley, pass to Markkanen. Back to Beasley. From downtown. Knocks it down from distance. 5 points in the game.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Shoots from 14. Shot by Leonard, no good. Utah has gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. We'll stand former second-round pick Jordan Clarkson. He's averaged double-digit scoring every season.
Yeah, Brian, he's done it primarily as a sixth man. He actually already ranks among the top 10 in all-time points scored off the bench, and he's still moving up the ladder.
It is interesting that he prefers to come off the bench.
Yes, some guys do.
And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. He wants to review the game plan. checked in for Beasley. Colin Sexton comes in for Clarkson. And it's George in for Dunn. And the Suns also making a change. Okogi's checked in. On defense, the Jazz. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, BA, and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse, but some rebuilds take longer than others.
And he makes a first.
And you know, guys, I mean, he is a solid free throw shooter. And of course, Leonard has everything in his game.
And Leonard drops them both. Will stand since trading Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell in 2022. The Utah Jazz have done some reshaping of their roster.
Yeah, and Brian, it's clear that they're not done. The tinkering continues. They're going to continue to move pieces around until they find what they think can become a championship contending team.
Pass to Allen. Here's Okogie. His first shot coming late, and he drops that one in. And the Suns lead by 6.
That's just poor defense there. You can't give up these kind of looks from the mid-range.
A minute 20 left to play in the first half. Pass to Markkanen. Shot clock at 5. Yes! Markkanen from deep.
Just a great setup for Markkanen. All he needed to do was shoot in rhythm.
Now Leonard. Leonard with a screen on Sexton. Allen drives. Basket's good.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Jazz trail by 5. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Sexton. And it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts.
And look, Sexton's lack of size has never prevented him from mixing it up down low.
Here's Okogie. Rebounded by the Jazz. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to George. Markkanen for 3. Offensive board. And finished off by Kessler.
Well, gobbling up boards is what Kessler does best. Got some points out of that one, too.
Booker looking around. Look at Booker elevate.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. The Suns on top, up 3. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Thanks. I'm here with head coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, how would you characterize the intensity level in that first half?
Yeah, no, it's pretty intense. You know, both teams are getting after it defensively. Nothing's going to be easy, so it's the way it's supposed to be.
Hopefully it continues in the second half. Thanks.
Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
Hello, everybody. No lack of drama tonight. The Utah Jazz might be taking this one all the way down to the wire.
Look at the rebounding numbers. I'm surprised they've stayed this close. They're not cleaning the glass. It's more like they're fogging it up.
And let's move on to the race for Rookie of the Year. A lot of young talent in the league this season.
The young guys are playing well, but it's the long season. There's something called the rookie wall.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see which players hit that wall and which ones knock it over. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been one outstanding game from Kawhi Leonard.
What makes him an exciting player is the ultra-aggressive mindset that we saw over and over in the first half.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
Jazz trail by 3. And so, in the game for Phoenix, Beal and Booker handling backcourt duties. Royce O'Neal is out there with Jusuf Nurkic, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Now here's Leonard over Markkanen. Leonard can't get it to go. Here's Sexton. Goes back up. And he can't get that one. Nurkic with some nice D. Phoenix leading by 3. Leonard right side. Nice balance from Kawhi Leonard there.
Oh, this is why you get Leonard the ball inside and just let him go to work.
It's Markkanen on the wing. Pass to Hendricks. Fires the 3. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Well, I'm sure this wasn't what they planned coming out of the locker room. They need to calm down and regroup.
The mid-range jumper isn't the most popular shot these days, but it's working for them.
Outside Sexton. Markkanen left side. Puts it up. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Markkanen's got 8 points.
Well, a bit of a cold start to the second half. They need to settle down and get some better looks.
Outside O'Neal. Three-pointer. Beal sinks the tray. And the Suns lead by 8.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players.
Here they come. Your Utah Jazz Hype Squad. Let them hear you, fans. Okay, good fans. On the court now, your Hype Squad. Get loud and let them hear it. Let's hear it, everybody. Who wants a free t-shirt?
Break in the action. Here's a look at the shooting guards who have been putting on a passing clinic and chalking up the assists this year. In the 3rd spot, Devin Booker.
Yeah, and this is a group that really appreciates effective ball movement. They can create for themselves or anyone else on the floor.
And to have a shooting guard who's also a high-level playmaker, it makes your team a heck of a lot harder to deal with defensively.
Here's Hendricks. Still no points. Knocks down the long J.
Yeah, really nice to see Markkanen keeping his head up and finding the open teammate.
Booker, the pass to Leonard. It's Leonard with a good look inside.
Yeah, they've come out of the break confidently. 4 of their first 5 here to start the second half.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the 3rd quarter. Markkanen misses. The Suns lead by 7. Here's Booker. The shot misses. Good D by Kessler. Utah has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Pass to Hendricks. Booker against George. Marking it outside. Just 5 to shoot. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D.
Suns ball.
And here's what Phoenix's schedule looks like. On Wednesday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Sacramento to take on the Kings. Then on Friday, they're off to Oklahoma City to face off with the Thunder.
What a great opportunity for this team to take a step forward. They have some tough road games coming up, and that kind of stretch can bring a team together. Winning some of these games would be huge for their overall confidence.
And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Dance cam, get ready everyone. You see yourself on the screen and you show us your best move. Let's go. Let's see those moves. Everybody get down. You need dance lessons.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Nurkic up top. Inside. And there's Leonard on the assist from Nurkic. Leonard's got 6 here in the quarter.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Marketed for 3. It's hauled in by Beal. And so it's Beal who brings up the ball for the Phoenix Suns. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. The Jazz are making progress. Coach Will Hardy said this team has shown grit and character and has developed a lot of confidence. When we're going through game preparations, the players walk away knowing if they do certain things, they can win. That's a big step in the right direction.
A bright future, Allie. Thank you. Now here's Leonard over Markkanen. Leonard can't get it to go. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Sexton gets a head start. He's so hard to stop.
You know, Grant, looking at the career of Colin Sexton, he had a huge third season, averaged 24 a game.
Yeah, B.A., and unfortunately, Colin hurt his knee early during his 4th year. Had season-ending surgery, but we've seen Sexton make a full comeback. Just a dynamic scoring guard.
All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for Phoenix?
Well, I've been a little surprised by how many mid-range jump shots they're taking and hitting. But so far, that seems to be the recipe that's working for them.
Also, they were ultra consistent from outside, hitting a high percentage of those shots tonight.
The first one falls. Stan, you're the son of a coach. Your dad was a great coach at the collegiate level. What was the best advice you ever received from him?
Well, Brian, the one that has always stuck with me is he told me in my first season, if you think you've got all the answers, it's only because you don't know all the questions. And I think that's true in everything, not just basketball. We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Outside Sexton. Clarkson for 3. Hits a 3-pointer. Clarkson's got his second bucket on the night.
Yeah, he's a decent threat from deep. And when Clarkson is on from there, it opens up everything else for him.
Now here's Booker. 6 points for him.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with the 3 of his own.
Sexton finds Clarkson. Here's Fontecchio. And a miss there on the triple.
And they've just built this lead by attacking the boards.
It's Booker on the wing. He's covered by Clarkson. Booker, good.
No question. Booker excels at finding shots. He can be a real point machine.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Without question, Kawhi Leonard displaying his skills today.
Well, he's having his way inside, so they've got to figure it out. Time to talk it over.
Get on your feet. Make some noise for your Utah Jazz Breakers Dance Group.
Different look for Utah. Baisley, he's checked in for Kessler, and Sensabaugh subbed in for Fontecchio. Roddy, he's checked in for the Suns. Allen comes in for Leonard. A minute 29 left in the third. Sexton passes to Clarkson. Sends it home from three-point land. Clarkson's got 6 here in the quarter.
A real source of instant offense. Clarkson is not shy when it comes to shooting the ball.
Here's Sexton, and it's Utah scoring again. The Suns lead by 3. Outside Booker. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Sinks it from distance.
It's like he needed that halftime break to gather himself. Now he's starting to get his confidence back here.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And remember, despite a great start to his career, Colin Sexton was traded after his 4th year, Coach.
Yeah, well, Brian, seems like everybody gets traded at some point now. And Sexton has responded well to that deal. He understands it's not personal, it's a business. He deserves a lot of credit for what he's done.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, too. The team that traded you, there's also a team that wanted you in trade.
So true. Well, in terms of bucket getters, guys who just fill it up, Colin Sexton is up there. He's just excellent scoring the ball.
Okogie's checked in for Phoenix. And he sinks the second. There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Allen. From the arc. Offensive rebound. Beal against Sexton. The rebound by the Jazz. Sexton's got 4 rebounds now. Second chance shot. No good at the rim. And that'll do it for the third quarter. The Suns on top, up by 5. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And now let's take a listen in on head coach Mike Budenholzer.
We don't need to be in a hurry to beat them. Let's just go with our defense. Keep moving it, keep playing.
Poised aggressiveness. Coach Bud asking for energy, asking his guys to mount an attack.
Well, all 5 guys need to be on the same page. Yes, you need to be active, but you also really need to communicate with one another.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. They've got Malik Beasley. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Chris Dunn. Then there's Darius Baisley, and it's Sensabaugh in at the 4. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Now here's Clarkson. 5 on the clock. The Suns clear it. Eubanks, he's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Allen. Back to Okogie. To the middle. Outside O'Neal for 3. Fires in the triple. And the Suns lead by 8.
Well, you know what's going to happen when he gets a good look. The defense has got to run him off the line.
There's the triple. The shot that time not on target. Well, Phoenix is shooting a solid 47%. Leonard with the ball, and Clarkson picks him up defensively. The claw! Too much for the D to handle.
Inside, Leonard has so many go-to moves. He knows how to get by into a shot.
Now here's Clarkson. Tight defense on him. Misses the layup.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Here's Leonard. And the bucket is good. And now a 12-point Phoenix lead.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
And the shot goes down.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now.
Jazz fans, it's on the Utah Jazz dancers.
Baisley. Nurkic has checked in for the Suns. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer was going over with his team. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, B.A.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Leonard outside. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on Malik Beasley.
A member of the NBA 75 team. Kawhi's done pretty much everything on the court. Multiple finals MVP, multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards. I mean, we're watching an all-timer in Leonard.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Good on the second one. And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard. And guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions, those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
Now here's Leonard. That shot off. Pass to Dunn. Just about 3 minutes through the fourth and final quarter here. Markkanen right side, puts up a three, drops in the three.
His first three of the half. That gives him 9 total points from beyond the arc so far.
And so it's Allen who brings up the ball for the Phoenix Suns. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth. Now here's Leonard. Oh, he used the shot fake to create the angle, but he couldn't get it to fall. Pass to Clarkson. Three-pointer. Phoenix grabs the miss. They held a 12-point lead earlier. When this one's in the books, they'll be off to Sacramento, taking on the Kings. That'll be the second of 4 games total on the road for them. Here's Okogie. That three's off the mark. Jazz trail by 8. Clarkson with the ball. They set a pick. The three drains the triple. Clarkson's got 9 points now in the second half.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error.
On the court is your high squad. Who wants this team shooter?
For Utah. Kessler, he's checked in for Beasley. Hendricks comes in for Sensabaugh. Sexton's checked in for Clarkson. And it's George in for Dunn. Devin Booker, he's checked in for the Suns. Bradley Beal comes in for Allen. The Suns lead by 5. Beal outside. Leonard looking over the floor. Here's Booker. And Booker with the jam.
Oh, power it down, Devin.
Utah has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. It's Markkanen on the wing. Kicks it to George. Lets it go from deep. With the tip, controls the rebound and the putback.
The big man delivers. Kessler just went to work.
Leonard outside. Back to Booker. Sexton grabs the board. Sexton's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Markkanen up top. Leonard defending. Back to Markkanen. And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here.
step. If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your moves. Keep it going.
Checked in for Utah.
All the nations. Checking in for the chair. Number 5, Malik Beasley.
And Utah has possession. It's a 5-point game. Back to Sexton. Pass to Beasley. Shot clock at 6. And here's Markkanen. The 3 is up. Again, Markkanen missing. Now here's Beal. The 11-footer. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Got to be cautious guarding Beal because he's skilled at drawing contact while shooting.
Shooting for Phoenix. Bradley Beal. Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 seconds.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second.
What I admire about Beal is his work ethic, his desire to keep improving year after year.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that increases the lead to 6. We've got 1:23 left in the 4th quarter. Now Markkanen. George outside. They set the pick. Let's go with a 3. And it's Phoenix for the rebound. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Pass to Beal. Shoots over George. Beal with another miss. The Jazz shooting at 31% here in this 4th quarter. Here's George. Markkanen from long range. It's hauled in by Beal.
He's trying to force his way into a rhythm, but that's not helping the team.
Connects on the foul line jumper. And the Suns lead by 8.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
And so they foul intentionally.
Colin Sexton. That's his first personal foul. 3rd team foul. At the line for the Suns, Bradley Beal. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here, and it's an 8-point ball game. And Utah calls time here. 23 seconds left in the 4th. All right, guys, what's your take?
They just haven't put it all together tonight.
But they're not going down without a fight. They'll keep game planning and playing until the final whistle.
.23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Hendricks. Takes the three. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. Now here's Booker. So Phoenix wins it. And remember, tonight's win means they're 1-0 in the NBA Cup. A great start to the group stage.
Well, getting that first win under your belt is huge. They still have 3 games left, but they're in a great position going forward.
And now we have Allie LaForce standing with the player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Thanks a lot, B.A. Well, Kawhi, you had it going inside and out. It seemed like you were getting wherever you wanted on the court. Did it feel that way?
It was moving well. Overall, the team played well. They got me in my spots. They made shots, open the floor for me.
Always humble. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And now, time for our player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.